Morning guys, it's not the morning anymore, it's basically 1 o'clock, but I've been up and I've had a shower and I got back into bed because I was cold and then I ended up staying here. James is already up and dressed and stuff. I'm about to get up as well and I'm gonna skip straight to lunch because, let's be honest, breakfast is out of the question at this point. So I'm gonna just do that, get up and dressed, and see how the day takes me. Okay guys, I've eaten lunch and stuff now, and before I actually start getting on with some work, I just wanted to show you something. So you guys know that I've been building the 2 Enterprise models, but I just wanted to actually show you them both on with the lights, because I actually installed like fairy lights in them as I built them, because it's a way cheaper way of doing it. Although it doesn't, like, although the lights shine through the body as well as the windows, it's a much cheaper way of achieving the same thing, because I know that the same models with the light kits that are built specifically for them actually end up being ridiculously more expensive, and I kind of don't see the point in that when you can obviously buy really cheap fairy lights from like IKEA or somewhere that you can put in it as you build it, as long as you make sure you thread it through as you build it in the correct way. Then it works perfectly fine. So I just wanted to show you them when they're on. And like I said, the lights do shine through the body, like a lot more on the newer model than on the old one, but they do shine through. So let me just show you. So this one on looks like that, which is quite impressive, and then this one on looks like this. Obviously, as you can probably see, neither of them actually have lights in the engine nacelles, but that's because it's actually really hard to feed lights up in through here because it's too thin, and I thought I might be able to do it with this one, but it's thin there as well, so it's still really hard to get the lights up through there. And obviously the dilemma is, if you do put lights in there, because this is too thin to thread anything down into, you end up with the wires for the lights coming out the back, which isn't a really neat solution. As you can see on this one where I finished it, the solution is obviously it comes out of the back of the base, and everything is all hidden underneath. This one where it's not finished, none of the decals are on, and I've still got tape around the bottom here where I spray painted. This here will all go in under the base, and it will look the same as this one, but that hasn't been done yet, so you can see kind of the solution to that. So that's the Starships, I suppose. Like, they're almost done. I suppose the only update left is that when I've actually put all of the decals on the bigger model, I can show you that, but other than that they're finished, which is really great, really exciting, and I really enjoyed doing it. It's one of the things that I actually really enjoyed doing, so I thought I'd just show you that. But now I've actually got a lot of work from uni that I need to really get on with, that I've procrastinated over for the last few days, as you know. So I'm going to do that now, and I will speak to you a bit later on once I've made a bit of progress, and I'm not actually going to make myself not do anything else until I have made progress. Hey guys, I have finished my to-do list, well, as much as I can do at home for the minute. I've got to go to the post office at the end of the road just to sort some stuff out, which is on my to-do list, and then all of the other things, I'm going to come home and get some food, and then all of the other things I can crack on and do. The only reason I've stopped for now is because obviously where I've got the post office stuff to do. If I just carried on and like got in the swing of things, it would be too late to go to the post office and I wouldn't actually be able to tick that thing off. So what I'm going to do is use the going to the post office on my to-do list, even though it's technically something I can tick off. I'm going to use it in a break, like as a break for my work, so I can feel like I've had a break and I can come back fresh to work. But actually in reality I've done something useful, which is always a bonus. So I'm just going to grab a coat and put some shoes on, and then I'm going to the post office. Hey guys, I have finished my to-do list, well, as much as I can do at home for the minute. I've got to go to the post office at the end of the road just to sort some stuff out, which is on my to-do list, and then all of the other things, I'm going to come home and get some food, and then all of the other things I can crack on and do. The only reason I've stopped for now is because obviously where I've got the post office stuff to do. If I just carried on and like got in the swing of things, it would be too late to go to the post office and I wouldn't actually be able to tick that thing off. So what I'm going to do is use the going to the post office on my to-do list, even though it's technically something I can tick off. I'm going to use it in a break, like as a break for my work, so I can feel like I've had a break and I can come back fresh to work. But actually in reality I've done something useful, which is always a bonus. So I'm just going to grab a coat and put some shoes on, and then I'm going to the post office. Hello again. I've been actually back for quite a while now, but my phone died on the way home, so I've just been waiting for it to charge up enough for me to film again. I've actually been home. I've had my dinner. I had pizza with pesto on it, which was really nice. And now I'm back at working through this to-do list, and I already tried the library test earlier on this evening, and I'm re-attempting that now. Then I'm going to move on to some of the other things. Obviously I ticked off the post office, and I've half ticked off updating my journal, and then I have yet to tick off my workbook, my sexual assault research, my tidying, finding the presentations for lectures, and like fully updating the journal. So I'm going to get on and see how far. Oh, lost my septum there for a second. See how far I can get with that before it's time for bed. Hey guys, it is actually now the next day, as I forgot to end the vlog properly or at all last night. I'm afraid I ended up kind of being in and out of sleep and then being conked out like completely. So I didn't end the vlog, and I apologise for that. But now it is. What day is it today? Oh my god, I'm not even prepared. Like, I know that it's a Thursday, and that's about as far as I've got so far. Okay. It's day 8! It's day 8 today. Day 8 of Vlogmas. Woohoo! So what I'm doing then is I'm just gonna be going to uni, and I have a lecture, and I know last time I left at 7 and I ended up being an hour early rather than leaving at 7:30 and being just on time, but this time my lecture isn't opposite my car park. This time I actually have to walk across the campus to go to it, so I'm going to use that time and I'm going to stroll there very slowly, as it is all uphill and it is freezing cold, and being slightly out of breath in the freezing cold, especially when it's damp, because it's damp today rather than actually dry cold, plays havoc with my chest, and I don't want to. On the last couple of times I've done this walk on a Thursday, I've had to stop halfway at a bench and take my inhaler, which people have looked at me so strangely because my inhaler doesn't look like a normal asthma pump. It's like a little bullet shaped thing which shoots powder out of it, and people look at me like I'm fucking freak because it makes like a horrible noise, so it goes as you suck it up. So I am going to walk really slowly, listen to a podcast on the way to the lecture, and hope to fuck that I don't have to stop because I'm out of breath. This scarf is all tangled in my seatbelt already. Okay, right. I think I'm ready to begin my journey. I have my coffee, and it's not in my normal cup because I am a skank and I didn't take my cup from before out of my car, so it's still dirty and it hasn't been through the dishwasher, so there was no way on how I was going to use it again today without it being washed. I have coffee in a Starbucks takeaway cup this time. Ready for my... oh! It like sprayed up at me. I'm so glad I wear glasses, otherwise I just burnt my eye holes. Oh my gosh, can't see. Use the trusty scarf. Oh no, that's made it worse. Oh no. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. You got it. Okay. Right. I am ready. As it's dark yet again, I won't film in the car, but I will update you. I will probably update you when I'm walking very slowly to the lecture, as that's the easiest way and easiest point to catch up with you again, because by then it will be light. I won't be sat in the car, as by now in Vlogmas we're probably sick of the car because I haven't been out of the car the whole time. You know, that is not a representation of how much time I spend in the car. It's a representation of how much time I remember to actually film, because in the car there is one of two things I can do with my phone, and that is put it in the holder and listen to music, or put it in the holder and film a vlog. And obviously when I remember I'll film the vlog, but all the other times I'm not very good at remembering to film clips, so that's why. And it also means that's why some of the vlogs are a lot longer, is because I'll just press record and start driving, and then that'll be a really long clip. But then because I haven't filmed anything else that day, really, because I've forgotten and I've just been a bit useless, I end up using the whole thing rather than like editing it down, because I haven't said anything else really throughout the day. So that's an explanation of why you seem to think that I spend my whole life in the car, which I don't. So anyway, I'm gonna get going and I will see you when I'm at uni. Hey again, guys. I said I was going to update you on the walk, that I was going to walk really slowly, but even if I walk really slowly, it's like a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk at a push, and I am literally an hour early again, but even earlier this time because there was even less traffic today than there was the time I left even earlier. So I'm really early, but one thing I've got to say to you, because I've just seen like a really nasty accident, like quite nasty, like for a slow moving zone, it's a nasty accident. So essentially what's happened is a van has stopped at the traffic lights and the car behind has not looked, or is doing something else and wasn't looking, and has literally embedded his Astra in the back of the van. And the thing that's even worse about this, okay, is that this is a 2-lane section and it's at the traffic lights, so everyone else has gone round into the other lane so that they can go by. And the worst part about this is that the same thing has happened, on a less, not as aggressively, but the same thing has happened in that lane as well, because someone stopped at the traffic lights in the now single lane, and someone who is looking at the previous accident, turkey necking essentially at the previous accident, has then crashed into the back of the person stuck in the lights. So I'm just like, why do that? Why see, like, you could see this accident on the approach the whole time, like, you didn't need to stare at it like this, like, all the way up until the point where you crash into someone else. Like, it's crazy to me that, it's just crazy to me that they are, like, that they did that, but it wasn't, like, severe, it was just, like, a bump, because they were, like, slowing down trying to see what was happening, so it was just a bump, so no one was, like, it wasn't even, like, an accident, really, but it could have been. Like, they just bumped into them a little bit, like a little knock, like, there wasn't even scratches exchanged, so it was fine. But it's just crazy to think that you could be so stupid that you're looking at an accident where someone has not looked where they're going and has careered into the back of someone else at a set of lights, and then you do, whilst looking at that accident, you do exactly that. You don't look where you're going and you bash into the back of someone else. I think that's just crazy. It's just insane to me that people are stupid like that. So, as much as this would normally cause me a delay, if anything, it has made me get here quicker somehow by magic, because here I am at 7:50. It was 7:53 that I got here. It's now 7:59. And I have a lecture at 9 o'clock, so I'm not leaving this car for 45 minutes, that's a given. I've got to find something to do in that time. So, yeah. I'm probably going to play the Pocket Morty's game, which is essentially the Rick and Morty version of Pokemon, which is actually really good. Like, really good. And it's also, like, really well, like, animated. Like, the drawings of them are so funny and stuff, so check that out. Not sponsored, by the way, but it's a good app. So, oh no, I see more blue lights coming down the road. I hear them as well. No, more blue. There they go. There's been more death and destruction. Hopefully not death. And hopefully not too much destruction, but there has obviously been a problem. Anyway, as I'm just going to be sat in the car for the next 45 minutes or so, I will sign off for the moment, because there's no point me really filming this right now, for the sake of the fact that it's boring as hell. So I will talk to you again a little bit later on. Actually, before I go, I really must apologise for something, because I'm using my phone, and normally when I vlog, like, I was used to using my massive DSLR, which is really hard to hold in front of you, so I started using my phone for the lack of a smaller camera. I did originally buy a little vlogging camera, but it turned out that I actually only ever used it once. Oh my god, they're going back the other way again. That's so weird. Oh no. What a sad, confusing day. It turned out that it was not worth it, because I used it maybe once or twice and I had to send it for repair 3 times, which is, it needed repairing more often than I'd even ever used it brand new. So I just sold it on eBay straight away, and I thought, well, I can potentially in the future get a new vlogging camera. I am actually eyeing up the Nikon 1J5 at the moment as a really good prospective camera, because due to my course, if I buy cameras, it's probably more likely to not be for their videoing potential, but that camera actually has the good videoing as well, so that's a plus. But yeah, because of all of this that I've just rambled on about, I have not had before a front-facing view, like on the DSLR, so I've only had the lens to look down, and I'm really trying really hard to do it right now just because I'm apologising for it, but I'm apologising really much, I'm sorry, that's just bad. I'm apologising because you will have noticed that throughout these vlogs that I'm looking way too much like to the side like this, and that's because I'm looking at myself on the phone rather than at the camera, which is there, which is actually to this side of me. As you can see, I'm looking over here, and my yeah, not very good. It's because obviously I'm holding my phone sideways and the camera's on one side of it and the image is here, so I end up looking at myself a lot more just because I don't know, it's kind of easier to look at what you're filming than what you're supposed to look at. So I'm gonna try my hardest to like actually properly look at the camera more rather than just looking into like, let's say, viewfinder, for argument's sake, as essentially when you're using your phone to record, the screen does become a viewfinder. But yes, I will try harder to actually look at the camera rather than looking to the side of it, because I imagine from your perspective it's a lot more annoying for me to be staring like this the whole time rather than actually looking at you. So I will work on that one. If I get like a different camera in the future, what I'll do is I'll get one where the viewfinder like flips upwards rather than out sideways, because it looks more like you're looking at the camera if you look slightly above it than if you're looking to the side of it. So it means that if I get one that's got a upwards viewfinder in the future, if I do carry on not being very good at looking down the lens, it won't be as noticeable. It also won't be as disconcerting for you guys as to why you spend the whole video looking like this to the side, which is really odd. So okay, I'm now gonna find something to do for a little while, and I will I suppose update you after all of my shitty lecture-y day is done. Hey guys, I am out of my first lecture now. I'm actually going to use the gap between my lecture and my seminar to start editing this vlog, only because where I didn't end the vlog yesterday, I'm going to do like I did on days 1 and 2, where I'll make them the same video, because it just makes more sense rather than just having the yesterday's video end all of a sudden just at the last clip I filmed rather than actually ending. So I will edit them together like that, and then I'll just make sure that I end today's video, otherwise that could be a little bit more awkward, especially as I'm already talking about it now. So I'm going to get on and do that, and I will make sure I update you a bit later on. I'm out of my seminar now, and I'm actually on my way back to the car, and I'm going to go home and correlate the rest of my list that I wrote yesterday, which you guys know that I wrote. So I'm going to correlate that list, and then I'm just going to kind of add to it. I have stuff that I kind of need to do from today that I can add to the list and get done, but it's really windy right now, so I'm going to wait until I'm back in the car to carry on this section of the vlog. Actually back in the car now. At this point I'm a little bit annoyed, like I've lost my card and I can't find it. I've looked for it like 3 times in the car and twice in my bag, and neither me or James have seen it at home, so when I get home I'm gonna like have a proper look for it, proper clean thing. So it's really annoying if I can't find that, because I'm gonna have to cancel it, and that's not ideal, is it?
Oh well, so I'm gonna go home now. And I'm going to look for that. The only reason I wanted it is because I need to get some food bits for the next few days. So it's a lot later on now. It's literally just gone 10 o'clock, and I've been just at home chilling for like a while. And now that it's 10 o'clock, I think it's a good time for me to start thinking about sleeping. Tomorrow I'm literally gonna spend the first, well, I'm gonna get up early and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do my magazine round just to get that done and out of the way. And then I will come back and edit this video and get on with my list of things to do. But because I've got to get up super early to get that magazine round done really quick so that I can get on and do other things, I'm going to end this video here so that I can go to sleep soon. I'm talking about sleep and it's making me yawn. So I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.